morning, ladies and gents. I'm Katie. These are my Leave Diaries. Come again with me to another adventure, another vlog. We're going to Italy. Right, at the airport on my way to security. Super loud, so apologies. Exciting trip today. I'm going to meet some new people for the first time. Not that I see anyone old. All of the people that I'm meeting are going to be new people, so super excited, to be honest with you. We'll see how it goes. We'll try to explore a little bit more of Milan and see whether we're going to be able to find a nice, decent lounge to enjoy a cigar. And yeah, let's go through security and I'll come back. I just went through a magical security gate. So you basically walk in with a scarf and you walk in without the scarf. As you can probably tell, I have no scarf anymore. It is what it is. We'll buy one from Italy. So a little bit of wait now. Probably about an hour until we board. And yeah, I'll have a coffee and chill. What I'm collecting today is going to be the St. Louis Rey Lacuna, which has been original for 4 or 5 months now, roughly. It was quite difficult to find. Not much stock available, unfortunately. Very similar situation to the old Italian regional. For some reason, the Habanos deliveries lately have been, as of late, no, not as of late, the Habanos deliveries have been delayed for some reason. The Italians didn't receive a lot of the originals. Now the Swiss didn't receive any of the Absolutos. There was nothing for the event, unfortunately. So it's interesting to see that Habanos are genuinely starting to slow down deliveries of cigars, which to a certain degree is quite concerning, but I'm hoping it's just an isolated incident or two or three. Don't know. Looking forward also to try the Selectos number 3 next week. We'll see. Some of the initial feedback that I've got from friends wasn't quite positive, wasn't quite encouraging, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Although it's a good indication to get some feedback from some trusted people that you might know, you have to also remember that it's all subjective, really, really subjective. So even if they tell you it's a horrible cigar and not worth it, I'd still recommend that you try it. Usually things that are horrible to some people might be very appealing to you. So although feedback is great, definitely give them a try at least once and then make up your own mind whether you want to buy more or not. So yes, ladies and gents, I'm going to be very interested to hear your thoughts, at least the people that have had the opportunity already to go and experience the La Flor de Cano Selectos number 3 up until now. I'm considering still whether to go to an event or just buy the cigar and try it in a local lounge. I'm not sure what to do. I'm more inclined to do the latter rather than to go to a full-blown event. It will really depend on what sort of events are going to be available, where they are, what time, date, etc. A little bit more exciting news around the Lacuna, because obviously I'm going for the Lacuna now. Now the St. Louis Rey Lacuna is a regional edition from class of 2021. It was released in June or July? End of June of last year, and it's been around roughly 6 months now, just over 6 months. It's an interesting cigar. The feedback I've received from pretty much everyone that's tried it has been absolutely outstanding, hence why I'm doing the trip to go and try and find it and buy some boxes. It's Vitola de Galera Dahlia, 170 millimeters by 43 ring gauge, so relatively thin ring gauge but very long cigar. I don't know much else apart from Katie, the cigar is amazing, you should try it. It released at €21 per cigar. I bought my boxes at €350, so sorry, €210 for a box. I bought mine in 350 euros, so the price keeps jumping, and it jumps quite significantly, as you can probably tell. Not great, but better than nothing. If you've tried the St. Louis Rey Lacuna, please let me know down in the comments below what you think of the cigar. Let me know about your experience trying to find the cigar. Was it easy? Was it difficult? How do you find it? How do you rate it to a previous Italian regional like the Ramon Leones Noelas, for example? It's going to be quite interesting to start up a conversation. Same for the La Flor de Cana Selectos number 3. It would be great to hear from you guys, from the people that have already tried it, about your experience and opinion on the cigar. That will help me massively into making a decision. Should I go to an actual event, or should I just buy the cigar and try it in a local lounge? Now, I know that sounds quite lazy, and obviously going to an event is always better because you get to meet new people, you get to experience the cigar with them together, you get to comment with them. So I'm a bit torn apart, to be honest. I'm more leaning towards going to an event rather than not, but we'll see. Just in front of the gate, about to board the plane, so I'll catch you in a little bit. Buongiorno ragazzi from Milan. Just landed, went through security and on my way. I didn't quite plan this trip in terms of what exactly I'm going to do, so I'm probably going to go to the shop later on. I'm going to go to the city centre, do a bit of a walk around, try and find a nice lounge and have a coffee, a cigar, hopefully. And later on I'll go to the shop and from there go back to the airport. It's probably going to just be it will be only one day trip. So yeah, let's see what we can do today. This airport is a bit confusing, but I managed to find where I'm going. So just called an Uber. Apparently the Uber pickup spot is departures rather than arrivals. So I had to go out to departures, which is fine. Just waiting for the Uber to come in. It's quite cold outside and it's raining, so I'm staying inside. All of the lounges that I got recommendations for, and I managed to Google, open quite late, around 6-7. So instead I had to improvise and find another lounge. So I'm going to, where am I going? Cigar Cafe. I mean, I need coffee and a cigar, so it's only fitting. Just waiting for the Uber, who's supposed to be here in about 5 minutes. We'll find out about that, and I'll see you at the cafe in a minute. So it's a bit of a kerfuffle, to be honest. It turns out that since the 1st of January this year, smoking is not allowed pretty much anywhere in the city of Milan, apparently. Not outside, not inside, nowhere. So I managed to Google a spot that's called Cigar Cafe. Cigar Cafe. So I came to Cigar Cafe. I got coffee at least, but no cigar. Which is fine. I'm gonna have a quick coffee here, and I'm probably gonna go to the Duomo and just do some sightseeing, and then go to the shop, because smoking is probably not gonna work for me today, unfortunately. It's not going to be on the cards. A real shame. I only just found out when I landed, which is horrible, but it's fine. We move on, and we'll regroup. Catch you in a bit. We managed to walk out alive from the dodgy area of Milan. Now we are in front of the Milan Duomo, and there seems to be some sort of expo. So there's Samsung, there's a nice ice ring, which is quite interesting. Okay. So, back onto the subject. Unfortunately, it looks like Milan is just a giant non-smoking area, unfortunately, since this new year, which is crazy. Shame, real shame. I think there's still some like cocktail bars and stuff that you can smoke in, but those open like 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. And so for those you probably have to stay overnight in order to get to them. So yeah, here we go. There it is. So I'm gonna go and visit a cigar shop here nearby, and I'll chat to you later. I'm gonna go through the Milano Galleria, and in the bottom of that galleria there is a cigar shop. So I'm gonna try and go and have a look how things are over there. Now, shooting here is going to be a big nightmare because the crowd is just huge here. But I'll try. Let's see how it goes. I'm gonna try and find out and see if there are any St. Louis Rail Lacunas in singles, so I don't have to break the fresh boxes that I'm gonna go and grab from the other store. And you know, if I can find some place to smoke as well, that would be a nice treat, especially with the cold and rainy weather right now. That would be a real treat, to be honest. I don't have really much time, but still, we're gonna squeeze as much as we can as usual. So I'll ask and see if they're gonna allow me to make a quick video inside, so you guys can see how the shop looks like. But it's basically in the main galleria here next to the Milan Duomo. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna stop here because I can barely walk. Okay, so I managed to find another shop 4 minutes walk from the Duomo, so I'm gonna go and see whether we can find something there. Unfortunately, they had nothing. As much as you want New World cigars, and Cubans were only sold in whole boxes, no regionals, no nothing. The only Cuban boxes they had were Cohiba Siglos, Trinidad, Linea de Oro, Linea Maestra, and Linea 1935, and that's it. So nothing. Unfortunately, not a really great place to shop Cuban cigars at the moment. Apparently they finished all of the Lacunas last week, and they're not expecting any more deliveries. So that basically tells me that it might be that with the Lacuna, that this might be the last time they're receiving. They were quite adamant that they've been told by Diadema Spa that they're not going to receive anything, which is quite consistent with what my contact told me about the Lacuna, which is both a shame, and I'm very lucky for having to react as quickly as I did to secure some cigars. So not great, but at least I've got something, which is more than nothing. So hope I'll be able to find something there. Unfortunately, they weren't quite happy with me shooting inside, but at the same time there was not much to see inside. Well, there was not much to see if you were looking for Cuban cigars. You know, New Worlds, I mean, not something that particularly excites me. So yeah, let's see if we'll have something, and I'll try and find a few more shops in and around the Duomo, which is just behind me. And if I'm successful, which is going to be great, but at least I'm going to be able to tell you a location if you're coming to Milan anytime soon, where you can shop and not have to run around like a headless chicken, like I'm doing right now. Right, another disappointment is accessory shop only. They don't sell cigars. But the lady was really nice, and she pointed me to what apparently is a big cigar shop, about 10-minute walk. So I'm gonna go and check it out, and I'm gonna speak to you in a minute. Oh, so it's gonna be about 15-minute walk, not 10, which is fine. The only problem is it's freezing cold and it's raining, but we move on. So I guess this is like a very good explanation of how easy it is to go and hunt for cigars, especially if you don't have contacts, if you haven't spent the time to build your contacts and the money. it's really difficult. Essentially, you basically are going to end up in a foreign city, in a foreign country. You're going to be running around like a headless chicken, hoping that you're going to be able to find something. And what do we know? 2 out of 0. 2 shops, well, 3 if I count the cafe that's not really a cigar cafe. There was a cigar shop that wasn't really a cigar shop next to the cigar cafe. So it's been 4 locations up until now. Not a single cigar in sight. Not great. Well, I'm not bothered because obviously I've got stuff reserved, but it would have been a shame for someone who comes to Milan just for cigars. So, you know, it's not be warned, but it's more like be aware. You know, disappointments happen when you're on the road to build your contact list and try to find cigars that other people struggle to or end up paying through the nose for. So I'm gonna head off to that other place and see if that works. If not, I'll try one more place, maybe 2, and then I'll head off to the shop where I've got my cigars reserved, say hello to the boys, catch up with them, and then I'll figure out what to do. The most annoying bit about today's trip is I didn't know about this this new law that basically states, you know, no smoking anywhere in the city of Milan. That's a shame. Well, I'll have to basically tailor my trips in a different way in the future, I guess. That's basically it. Whew. Yeah. Okay. I'll come back when I'm close to the shop. This tabaceria, or whatever you want to call it, had Lacuna hidden away, a single box, but they wanted 500 euros for it. Yeah, it's a 210 euro box and they wanted 500 euros for it. So I'm not gonna say the name of the shop. I'm actually, yeah, gobsmacked. Double what it should be, more than double. I'm feeling quite lucky now that I've reserved my cigars. I would have been skinned alive essentially with these prices. I'm not saying that it's not worth the cigar is not worth it. I honestly don't know if it's worth it because I haven't tried it yet. But you know, for something that costs 210 euro and to charge me 500 euro, and it's still currently available. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. I'm gonna try one last location. If the prices are sensible, like I said, the last prices I bought Lacuna at were 350 euros, which is again a lot more than what the actual cost is. They were launched at 210 euros, then Diadema Spy increased the prices to 290 euros. I overpaid for my boxes, but I'm not overpaying more than double on a current regional. So yeah, let's see if we can find something. I'm gonna edit out all of the names of the shops. I don't want to give bad press to these shops, it's not fair. But the experience so far hasn't been great. I've done 5 or 6 locations. All of them had nothing apart from 2. One of the 2 wanted to charge me 550 euro for a box of Lacuna. The other one wanted to charge me 500 euro for a box of Lacuna. I am not paying that amount of money. First of all, I have reserved boxes. I paid 350 euros, which was a lot more than what the original price was. The Lacuna came out at 210 euro. Later on, Diadema Spy increased the price to 290 euro. But, you know, paying 50, 60 euro on top of price is one thing. or 100 euros on top is one thing, but paying more than double, yeah, no, wasn't gonna buy them. If they were at a reasonable price around the 350 euro mark, which I already paid for mine, I would have considered it. But I don't feel that this is fair pricing for a regional that's not even a year old. It's still current for the market, and they're already charging more than double. I mean, this is exactly what happened to the Ramon Leones Noelas 2 years ago. The jars came out, they were on the regular price for like a couple of weeks, and then they went more than double. It's a really big disappointment, unfortunately. Luckily, I still have very decent and good people that help me and look after me when it comes to regionals here, which I'm very, very grateful for, because if it wasn't for them, no regionals basically. I mean, for that amount of money I could buy a lot better cigars without having to come to Italy. It's not even worth it. I think at that price, actually at 550, I think I could find them on Bond Roberts or on other auction sites. What's the point in me wasting a day or two flying out, spending a lot of money on transport, on flights, on Ubers, sometimes hotels? 0 point. Zero. So yeah, that's the situation. I'm going to one last shop near the Duomo, another tabaccheria and tabaccheria, whatever. And from there I'm heading off to my guys to catch up with them and pick up my cigars. Thankfully, they at least look after me, which again, massive thank you. So, a last shop, gents and ladies, and then straight off to the last destination. Catch you in a bit. Okay, ladies and gents, picked up my cigars. One very, very, very happy KD. So, I met with the guys. They are sensational. Brought them some cigars. They gifted me some cigars. So, what can I say? Amazing. Very happy to be able to catch up with them. It was really nice to have a quick chat. I'm hoping they're going to come to the UK and we can meet in London, which will be amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna head off to the airport right now. I was thinking of smoking, of going out, but number one, it's 0 degrees. Number two, it's raining. Number three, there is a new law in Milan. You cannot smoke anywhere. Believe me, I've tried, and it doesn't work. So I might as well just go to the airport, take a seat at the lounge there, and just relax and wait for my flight. So I'll see you there. Back at the airport, happy. Managed to see the guys. That to me was the pinnacle and the highlight of the trip. Managed to catch up. Hoping they're gonna come soon to London so we can spend a little bit more time. I was hoping that we're gonna be able to have a bit of a conversation more, but unfortunately we couldn't go anywhere to smoke. But there's always next time. Let's go through security. Through security, a little duty-free shopping for the missus. Need to keep her happy, because otherwise these trips will never happen. Happy wife, happy life, guys. So I'm gonna go and grab myself a nice cup of coffee and I'll have a chat with you in a second. Finally managed to take a seat and sit down for today. It's been a very, very busy day, lots of running around, but I did want to kind of conduct the actual experiment that I did. I think it's going to be beneficial for a lot of the viewers on the channel. It's also going to be beneficial for the guys from my group that some of them had the thought that they can just jump on a plane and go and buy super cheap cigars. So this, I hope, kind of gives you an idea. I'm still half-minded whether to include the names of the shops that I checked. Some of them really deserved to be mentioned and called out, others not so much. And I can't name some and not name others. So I'll have a real think about whether I'm going to tell you which shops wanted to charge me $5.50 for a single box of cigars that cost $2.10 essentially. We'll see. Well, not $2.10. I mean, the Adema Spa did increase the prices from $2.10 to $2.19, from $2.90 to $3.50 euro per box. But even at $3.50, it's not $500 or $5.50. It's just, some people are really taking the mickey out of us. The regular collector, the regular aficionado keeps suffering because of. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see what I decide. I'm half-minded. I'm on the fence. I'll see what I'll do at the end. Very happy that I managed to collect my boxes. Very happy that I managed to catch up with the guys. I'm hoping that I was successful in trying to talk them into visiting the UK, so I can spend some time with them in the UK. At least in the UK, we can still smoke somewhere. In Milan, since 1st of Jan or 1st of Feb, you can't smoke anywhere, even in pre-existing lounges. Like I went to the La Casa, they have a lounge, and you can't smoke. You can't smoke anywhere. And we've been complaining in the UK for quite a while that they're gonna take away our pub gardens. Yeah, well, these guys here are even worse. They can't smoke anywhere. Which is a nightmare. I don't know how the tobacco business is going to survive in the long run in Milan, and I think this is just a Milan thing rather than an Italy-wide, smoking ban. And I don't know if this is going to last in Milan as well. There's plenty of people that smoke, so it's going to be interesting to see how those developments kind of develop, or those situations develop. I hope we don't get the same treatment in the UK, because it's going to be devastating to the cigar industry. Essentially, I couldn't care less about cigarettes and vapes and addictive substances like that. Cigars, in my opinion, again, this is subjective, so it's just my opinion, cannot be put on the same level as cigarettes and vapes and those sorts of products that get people hooked up and then cause extreme health damage. Don't get me wrong, cigars are not. I'm not saying that cigars are safe, or I'm not saying smoke cigars because it's harmless. On the contrary, still you're not inhaling the smoke, so there is a difference. Plus, the tobacco doesn't have 187 different types of chemicals. It's a natural tobacco leaf. So, in my humble opinion, it needs to be considered as a separate product and treated separately to the mainstream products that are different. Now, my friends told me that the reason why they've put in the ban, it wasn't so much because of health concerns, i.e. not the same as in the UK. In the UK, the concern is around health and reducing the stress on the NHS. Here, apparently, they've decided to ban smoking because it causes smog. Yeah. There's quite a few cars, trains, buses, all diesel engines that I saw today. That apparently doesn't cause smog, but cigars do. Yeah, but essentially it doesn't really matter because it's the law now, so it's done. I don't know, we probably all need to migrate to Bulgaria where we can smoke to our heart's content. But yeah, all jokes aside, guys, I think this is going to be it from me for today. Don't forget to like, share, follow, subscribe and all that good stuff. Social media is a weird and wonderful place. The more you interact with my videos, the more exposure I'll get, the more people I'll be able to reach. I'm not monetized, so I'm not doing these videos for profit. So if you want to support me, share, like, talk about the content. I truly hope it's beneficial for you guys, and if it isn't, tell me why. You know, I'm more than happy to change things, to improve things, to put in new content, new types of content. Let me know what you think would be entertaining for you, and more than happy to adjust accordingly. Yeah, so this is probably going to be me. I'll spend tomorrow editing, or I'll spend tomorrow trying the new Selectos number 3. I'm not sure. I'll probably go into a lounge and try it. I've decided I'm not going to go to an event. I'll try it. If it's good, I'll go to an event. There you go. That's the way forward then. That's it, guys. I'm Katie. These were my Leaf Diaries. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.